Okay, Google. Tell me about Pickle Rick.
Here is some information about Pickle Rick. The family has therapy.
Can you understand the humor of Rick and Morty?
Here are some results, starting with one from Reddit.
Okay, so some of you might be saying that I'm milking the Rick and Morty thing just a little bit. And to that I say, yes I am. Okay, so in that video I covered a portion of the Rick and Morty fanbase, but there's still plenty of it left to be discovered. Okay, so in that video I talked about a portion of the Rick and Morty fanbase, but there is still plenty that we have to cover. So first things first, let's just have a look at everyone's favorite destination on the internet, Facebook. On Facebook there are a number of pages dedicated entirely to Rick and Morty. None of them are good. The first one here is Pickle Rick and Morty. And now let's just go down their timeline and see what they've got. Okay, not much, hey. It's all just GIFs from the show with the occasional funny little caption next to it. Pickle Bob No Pants. That's a good meme. Is Rick a good father? Have you seen the show? Have you seen it? In the show, he's a horrible, abrasive, abusive, emotionally manipulative old dude. I don't think he's a very good father. Let's have a look at this far more popular page now. Rick and Morty memes. Oh boy. Press the button. Which Morty are you today? But I think I found one to top them all. What would be your favorite and least favorite crossover? Breaking Bad, Toy Story, The Big Bang. Stop. Stop it now. Stop. Stop. This is like actually disgusting, isn't it? This isn't good. The memes are funny. The memes are a little bit cringe, you know. It's definitely a worse kind of part of the fan base. But behind these Facebook pages, there's something a little bit scummy going on. What they'll do is they'll link t-shirt merchandise shops, but they'll link their own illegitimate versions. And what they're doing by doing that is taking someone else's thing, Adult Swim's thing, often just the art from the show, just slapped onto a t-shirt and selling it and getting all the money for it. That's not too great, is it? And even legality aside, just some of these designs. We have Stranger Ricks. Just look how well that art style works. Just look at that. Look at Morty. 'Tis the season to get riggedy wrecked, son. It's a little bit early to be selling this one, but I appreciate the hustle. You're in there before the rest. Okay. Keep calm and get swifty. Wait one sec. Yeah, it's 2017, isn't it? We can't go a minute in this video without bringing up the pickle. Have a look at this. Don't go too overboard with the design, will ya? Bloody hell. Limited edition, not sold in stores. Yeah, wonder why. And now in my searchings, I stumbled across this image. It's quite a good image. Let me read it out for you. I always questioned whether my sadistic tendencies were just malfunctions of my overly conscious self, but today's episode helped me articulate the true perspective to have on society. You're not evil, you're just smart. Yes, I am. And no, I'm not. Evil is just a figurative term made by the greedy, stumbling through life to antagonize and profit as best they can. I'm not evil. I'm just real. Wait, what's that? I just killed some people and injured many more? Nah. I'm not a bad person. I'm just too smart for the system. All these people? All these people in the legal system? They just don't get me, man. And now, I found the group that he posted this to on Facebook. It's called The Real Ricks. This is a place to post Rick and Morty memes, talk amongst each other about Rick and Morty, and engage in intellectual conversation. And now this is a closed group, so you have to ask to join. So I went forward with this application, and I was accepted instantly into this very exclusive group. And what I found was, well, looks like some people beat me to it. What can I say? Anyway, I think I've talked way more about Rick and Morty Facebook pages than anyone ever should. Let's move on. Yay! my loyal theorists, if you've ever clicked on a Rick and Morty video, chances are you've had about 100 of these recommended to you. They are Rick and Morty theory videos. And now let me just begin this by saying, I don't mind theories about TV shows, games. They can be pretty cool sometimes, but these videos, they have to get that top 10 number, so most of them are pretty garbage. Although I agree, there are the cool little Easter eggs here and there. There's the Gravity Falls reference, and that helmet on Rick's desk might be a reference to this suicide helmet that some kid made like 40 years ago. But most of them aren't that good. I'll be going over a couple.
According to some, we're actually seeing Rick growing up now because him and Morty are one and the same, just at different ages. There's a few tiny clues, like this version of Rick inside the Council of Ricks, which looks suspiciously like a halfway point between the two characters.
So this one's fairly indicative of a lot of them. It's Rick equals Morty. That background character that they're talking about is just a Morty Rick. That's the joke. That's all it's meant to be. Anyway, basically this theory's arguing that Morty is just a younger version of Rick, which doesn't make sense because he's his grandfather. How does Beth make sense then? How did she have Morty? What came first, the chicken or the egg? It doesn't make sense. Okay, it doesn't make sense. We've agreed on that. Let's move on. I don't...
Remember that show from the 90s called The Magic School Bus? No, me neither, but there's a chance Rick might remember a lot more than that. You see, the internet seems to like the idea that Rick's wife was actually Mrs. Frizzle, the Magic School Bus teacher.
Why? Why do you have to ruin everything I love? Why? So the only points here are that Summer has red hair, maybe she inherited that from Miss Frizzle, that's compelling.
But beyond that, we see in autoerotic assimilation that Rick's fantasy with the hive mind unity involves a football field full of, yep, redheads. The Magic School Bus also tended to go travelling inside the human body, which is exactly the idea behind Rick's Anatomy Park. So for all we know, they worked on the concept together, maybe even collaborating on the shrinking tech in general.
There might be a couple good theories in there, right? But most of them are just trying to force some connection between something because they need to hit that top 10 theories. It can't be top 2 or 3 theories, can it? And so they just splice something together with no evidence, no backing, just Miss Frizzle is Rick's wife.
It must be nice for you guys to, have that proofs in the pudding, evidence.
Evidence? There's supposed to be evidence?
Now, I'd like to finish this off by saying that the majority, like the vast majority of the fan base, is perfectly normal. I've seen way more complaining about the intellectual Rick and Morty viewer than I've actually seen the Rick and Morty intellectual viewer. Like, the vast majority of the viewers and the fan base are fine. It's just that very vocal minority down the bottom that's just a little bit much. There's nothing wrong with enjoying the show or just having some fun with it, having some memes about it, but there is a bit of a line. Some things go a little bit far, and it's kind of weird. It ruins it for people. At least I'll say that in the title. And if you want to draw Rick and Morty vor or do Rick and Morty fanfiction, who's going to stop you? I'm not going to stop you. I'll take the piss. It's a good video, but I'm not going to stop you. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to thank you. I've recently seen a massive spike in the viewership of this channel, and that is just so appreciated and actually kind of needed now. And in the way things are right now, a social media follow is very appreciated. It lets me have that direct link with you guys. So my Twitter's here, my Instagram is here. Go follow me on there. You will most likely regret it. I won't. Yeah. To my Patreon supporters, you guys are the best. Thank you. And as always, I will see you in the next video, my loyal...